Welcome to our September 8th, 2025 regular school board meeting. The public is listening to our meeting on youtube.com, see Edgecombe County Public Schools. I will now declare our meeting to come to order, and I would ask you to stand with us as we recite our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very kindly. You may be seated. I hope that each of you have had an opportunity to pick up an agenda. We will follow it to the T. We have a very long meeting. Board members, I hope that each of you have had an opportunity to view the minutes as well as the agenda. At this time, I will call for approval of our agenda for this evening. Dr. Bryant, do you have any additional information you need to add?
No, Madam Chair.
Okay, we need to hear a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Madam Chair, I move the approval of the agenda as printed.
Second. Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our agenda as printed. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Item 3, recognitions. Ms. Oak.
Greetings, Madam Board Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Bryant. Please join me in celebrating our ECPS Employee of the Month for September. Melissa Scott, the receptionist at Tarver High School. Melissa represents ECPS with grace, professionalism, and kindness every single day. She manages the front office with a calm presence and caring spirit that truly shapes the daily flow of the school. Whether she's greeting visitors, supporting staff, or helping students, her warm welcome and professional attitude leave a lasting impression on everyone who walks through the doors of Tarver High School. According to Principal Hopkins, her ability to keep the front office running smoothly while making each person feel valued and cared for is what sets her apart. Congratulations, Melissa, and thank you for your dedication and the difference you make every day.
Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, we will continue. At this time, we will have our public comments. And I do have the agenda and I have the sign sheet. And we will call for each person to speak as they have signed in. Montague Taylor, number 1.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening, board members and friends. I'm Monica Taylor from Rocky Mount, and I just want to make you aware that we are having a community event. You all should have flyers, and for anyone else that needs one, we have extras. Excuse me, I'm sorry. the Edgecombe United Appreciation and Education Forum. We will be celebrating and appreciating residents, community advocates, elected officials. Excuse me, this is all on the choice of Map C for school board electoral districts in Edgecombe County. We will be updating residents on the state of Edgecombe County Public Schools after the county line merger. And we will offer community experiences, take questions, and any feedback. The doors for this event will open at 5:30 p.m. for registration. Food will be provided. We need everybody to please RSVP by the 19th of this month. That way we can make sure that we get an accurate food count. If you have the flyer, you'll see also there's a QR code here, and you can scan the QR code for additional information. You can also click on the link that's included or call 252-406-2429 to RSVP. During this appreciation celebration, we will have updates from the Edgecombe County Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Andy Bryan, and community members, including a parent, a student, a teacher, and a principal. The date for this is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Thorns Chapel Church in Rocky Mount in the Fellowship Hall, and that is at 1624 Windsor Drive in Rocky Mount. And this is hosted by the Edgecombe Community Redistricting Working Group. We have sent invitations to all of the members, and we hope that you all will RSVP and attend. Thank you.
Next, Natalie O'Reed.
Good evening, Dr. Wilson, board members, and those present. It is my honor to speak before you today, and I am very excited about your support of the Edgecombe County Community Redistricting Working Group and our efforts to process and lead up to the adoption of Map C. And we want to build on that momentum. And for this reason, we want to recommend that Superintendent Bryan pilot a 5th advisory committee separate from the policy that is already under consideration. This 5th committee would be the Edgecombe County Public Schools Community Advisory Committee to support both community, parent, and youth engagement. We believe that active community engagement will enhance parent, family, and community engagement with the schools. And Edgecombe County Public Schools Community Advisory Committee is one way to seize this momentum. After a pilot year, it is our hope that such a committee could be formally added to the advisory committee policy. We would like the Community Advisory Committee to focus on the following. 1, include Edgecombe community residents actively involved and connected to community and civic organizations, business networks, or faith-based organizations who can enhance community, parent, and youth engagement. 2, Community Advisory Committee members can be recommended to the superintendent for appointment from each school and from each board member from their new districts, and also the superintendent should have several appointments. 3, there should also be some mechanism for community residents and organizations and other advisory groups to recommend community advisory members for consideration. 4, community advisory members could become proficient at the school governance process. 2, the unwritten rules about how to get things done at Edgecombe County Public Schools. 3, the budget and budget process, and 4, the school accountability and school performance data and improvement goals. and most importantly, what the community residents can do to make Edgecombe County Public Schools students, faculty, staff, board, and community successful. Number 5, and we will surely think of more as our working group continues considering this matter and learns more about all of these issues. To repeat the famous Nelson Mandela quote, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And I would add, to change our community for the better and the brightest future that we can imagine.
Hi.
Thank you.
Next, Angela Bryant.
Good evening, Superintendent and board members. Happy to be back here with you again and not nervous about what way you're gonna vote. And good evening, everyone. And I'm here for the Community Redistricting Working Group, and my co-coordinator, Sue Perry Cole, could not be here with us tonight. We are focusing now after MAP C, we're focusing on how to enhance community engagement with the board. And we really appreciate certain things that are already moving forward. And agreeing to put the board meeting packets on the website in advance of the meeting so we can prepare for public comment and have something on point to say to you. And to follow the meeting in person and online. We also want to learn how to find and catch the notice of committee meetings online and to know how to find these things and when they will be there, since the committees don't meet on a regular basis. And we really need to know a list of what the board committees are so we know what we're looking, we know what to look for. The superintendent has already indicated that he intends to use the sunshine list idea that we use during the redistricting process to allow people who want engagement with the school system and board to get meeting notices, other public notices, quote unquote, telling the public we want you engaged and telling us what you want us to know so we can act accordingly. So we want to thank you so much for all of those ideas. And finally, we just need a community process to understand the new school accountability and performance information so that we can know how to use that in a way that can be helpful to you and in a way to understand what is our role in helping to improve performance and accountability and what can we do. So thank you so much for your commitment to community engagement, and we are here to serve. Thank you. Oh, did I say my name? Angela Bryant, 717 West End Street, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, in occupied Edgecombe County.
Okay, Miss Angela. Okay, next is Marcia Williams.
You got it.
Good evening, Chair, board members, and superintendent, and all the guests. My name is Marcia Moyd Williams, and I serve as the local president for Edgecombe County Association of Educators. I also serve as an MCL at the Coker-Wembley Elementary School. I'm here tonight with two concerns, urgent concerns. The first is the request that I submitted to the superintendent about my full-time release. Across North Carolina, districts approve professional leave so elected union leaders can build educator voice and advocacy with the union covering the cost, complete cost. Edgecombe should be proud to have been chosen for this investment. It is a sign of our county's importance in this statewide movement that has taken place. In fact, NCAE has no known record of ever denying an elected official of the union to be approved for this leave. Examples of school district with members who serve for their full-time release is Asheville, Cumberland County, Forsyth County, Durham County, Wake County, Buncombe County, and Guilford County. Why should they benefit from the statewide union investment, but not us? So I'm urging you tonight to reconsider that and don't let Edgecombe be the outliner. My second thing with urgency tonight is the advisory policy that was put forth and read previously. An advisory group where administration handpicks members or limited to Teachers of the Year is not real representation. That silences staff and cuts out the very people who keep schools running. Policy made about us, without us, miss the reality of what's happening on our day-to-day classrooms and campuses and needs of our everyday student. We need democracy, not window dressing. To truly serve our community, educators, representing staff must be chosen by staff, not appointed from the top down. That's why we put forth the proposal with the meet and confer, which was a policy that was going to be, that's working in Asheville and Durham, and states where we know that things like collective bargaining has been banned. Let's be clear. North Carolina outlawed it, collective bargaining, right? But we also know that was doing what? Jim Crow era, right? Because there were too many folks using their voice, wanting to demand change, wanting to organize. We have the chance to partially undo some of that same thing by providing justice to our public school workers here in Edgecombe, allowing them to have a voice on who's representing them. I urge you, two things. One, grant me a further audience where I can present additional information on the meet and confer, as well as additional information on the full-time release. Let's work together and give educators a real democratic seat at the table, because ultimately, students' need will be best met and their learning conditions improved when the staff, the board, the superintendent, and all district leaders, we work together. Every single day, we have real, authentic, democratic input. That's all that we're asking. Thank you.
Mr. James Wren.
How y'all doing? Good evening, board members and Dr. Bryan. My name is James Wren, 704 NC 97 East in Leggett, 5-1 Precinct Chair, past President of Campbell UE Local 150, the Cummins Rocky Mountain Engine Plant, Vice President of the Community Empowerment Alliance, and a member of the Down East Workers Assembly. I stand tonight to support the Edgecombe chapter of NCAE and its request for its elected representatives to regularly meet and confer with the superintendent and board members to address concerns of employees for the success of Edgecombe County Public Schools, and also support of the request for union leave for Marcia Williams. Last year, the Edgecombe Association of Educators signed up a majority of teachers and classified staff members. We applaud this level of solidarity among the workforce, for which Edgecombe stands out with Durham and Asheville across the state. North Carolina is the only state that still bans collective bargaining among public workers, but public workers in North Carolina do have a right to join unions and associations, and the right to petition for redress of grievances and meet and confer is a way to do that. Public workers in our UE Local 150 have done that already in Charlotte, Greensboro, Durham, Raleigh, as well as NC DHS facilities. We are proud of our ECPS employees, teachers, and classified staff who work hard and sacrifice under stressful conditions and low pay to teach our children to be the best they can be. We ask that you meet and confer with their elected representatives, not an advisory committee picked by the superintendent. I also want to raise two other questions for the board. What is the status of the new K-12 school to combine Cocoa, Wimberley, Phillips, and North Edgecombe? Students, parents, and public want transparency and a public hearing to address rumors and concerns now. What is ECPS failing to do, such as a group in Tarboro is now trying to start a new charter school aimed for black students? Where is the money coming from? What is ECPS doing to bring its test scores? These are two important questions we need the board to address. Thank you.
Thank you. That ends our public comment We'll move to item 5, approval of our open session minutes of our August 11th, 2025 meeting. Does anyone have any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, I need to hear a motion for approval of our open session minutes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the open session minutes of August 11th, regular business board meeting.
Second. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our August 11th, 2025 open session minutes. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, items for information. Dr. Brown?
Thank you, Madam Chair. A couple items for tonight. North Carolina Public Schools accountability results. North Carolina Department of Public Construction released 24-25 school performance grades and growth results last week, showing some encouraging progress there for the county public schools. 10 schools improved their performance grades compared to last year, while 14 of the district's 18 schools met or exceeded growth expectations. 5 schools, Edge Academy of Health Sciences, Edgecombe Early College High School, G.W. Bullock Elementary, Martin Millennium Academy, and West Edgecombe Middle all exceeded expected growth. Edgecombe Early College High School continues tradition of excellence, earning an A, exceeding growth for the 10th consecutive year. 9 additional schools met expected growth, and the district's 4-year total graduation rate rose from 78.8% to 81.6%. We're certainly encouraged by some of the progress our schools have made, but we also recognize we have plenty of important work to do and a lot more to move forward with. Want to make sure that we continue to accelerate student growth, strengthen instruction, and prepare every student for a college and career success. ECPS continues to work and try to build strong momentum for our school district moving forward. And we remain committed to reimagining futures for our students, ensuring that all students have support and opportunities they need to thrive. And as we all know, there's a lot more work to do. And feel the progress has been made, but the work continues. Advisory councils. We have started our first round of superintendent student advisory council meetings at all high schools. Engaging students directly in conversations about their school experiences and ideas for improvement. That's been going on now for just about 2 years. We started at the high school level with our student advisory groups 2 years ago, and this year we're expanding that to the middle schools. We did a little bit of a pilot project with that last year, but now expanded that to middle schools as well. So we'll probably have approximately about 200 students in those advisory groups that we'll be talking with, which we think are critically important in reference to true constituent they're the ultimate consumer, our students, and they always provide great information for us. In the coming weeks, they've already been scheduled. Additional advisory committee meetings are scheduled, including Teacher Advisory Committee, Classified Employee Advisory Committee, an International Teacher Advisory Committee, a Parent Advisory Committee, and also, as I said, the expansion of the Student Advisory Committee to the middle schools. We want to make sure all stakeholders have a voice in shaping district priorities and initiatives, and these meetings reflect our commitment to collaboration, continuous improvement in various perspectives and decision making. I will note that in our committee meetings referencing policies, Ms. Kent brought up the idea of committees in reference to the entire community. And we had talked about the idea of moving forward with that in some capacity that was not included in policy, which we're continuing to work on now with our community partners and trying to find the right way to make sure we have a committee that encompasses all the many voices we have in Edgecombe County that will allow us to move forward and engage as many people as possible to make that better for our school district.
Dr. Bryan, will you clarify for the group how the teacher advisory committee is picked?
Sure.
I mean, I just want people to understand we don't pick who gets on it. The teacher of the year isn't picked by us or by the principals.
We actually have two groups of teachers that serve on that advisory committee. We have the teachers of the year at each school and the beginning teacher of the year at each school, which are chosen by the staffs of each school during that process, which happens every spring for everyone. So it encompasses about 40 teachers that are part of that process, and they become part of that as well. Just so everybody knows, we also have a parent advisory group where we have, again, principals nominate 6 parents for that. For each school, send out an invitation. We meet in 4 different parts of the county so that parents can pick a spot where they want to go to. So if it's easier to go to Southwest Edgecombe High School, they can go there and meet with us. It ends up being about 100 plus parents that are part of that process. And actually that's where I got the idea for where we used the process we used for redistricting, the redistricting process to gather community feedback back in the spring when we were working on that. Student advisory, I said, about 200 students that we engage in conversation. Classified advisory, which is 20 plus folks from each school nominated by the principal for that, and then parent advisory, and then international teacher advisory, so every international teacher in the district. So one of the ways that we try to gather information from folks, and certainly important input and feedback for what we're trying to do. And I can go back over the last 2 years since I've been superintendent and trying to engage folks. Our best ideas have come out of that engagement and talking to people. Yes, ma'am. Reminder for everybody, early release for professional development on Wednesday, September 10th. All Edgecombe County Public Schools will observe an early release day on Wednesday, September 10. Students be dismissed 3 hours earlier than the regular schedule to provide staff with dedicated time for professional development, collaborative planning. This initiative supports ongoing efforts to strengthen instruction and enhance student learning across the district. Finally, the Twin Counties Education and Business Leaders Summit, Thursday, September 18, 2025. The STEP Summit, as it's called, will take place on Thursday, September 18, Brown Auditorium on the Nash Community College campus, with breakfast served about 7:30 a.m. This year's theme is Future Ready, Connecting the Dots from Education to Workforce, highlights the vital connection between education and workforce development. The summit will feature expert panelists discussing current trends and strategies in education and workforce development, including familiar local leaders, inspiring stories and examples of successful education business partnerships, and a dynamic showcase of how schools prepare students for future careers. I will say that STEP has taken a little bit of a different approach this year to this summit. They've always had great presentations and wonderful speakers, but it really has taken on more of a local flavor this year, highlighting our students and our staff and showcasing some of the talents that they have for what is in the workforce development pipeline. And as many people in here know, that pipeline goes from elementary school all the way to high school and beyond. And trying to highlight that at that event. And as we did during the convocation for our school district, we tried to make it student-centered. And we had a number of students who were speaking and participating in panels, and we're trying to do the same thing at STEP Summit that will highlight what Edgecombe and Nash County are trying to do with workforce development. So, thank you, Madam Chair. That concludes my report.
6.2, maintenance update, Mr. Perkins.
Madam Chair, before we go to that, may I?
Yes.
I reread with interest while we were talking about advisory committees, the points that were made and handed to us about the Edgecombe County Public School Community Advisory Committee. I think we could get a lot of knowledge out of that and a lot of focus from the information that I read. I reread with interest the last part down there about our students going, about charter schools thinking they can do it better than we can. Nobody can do it better than we can. We just need to do what we need to do. But I think we can get a lot of mileage out of this if we consider this.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you, Reverend President.
Thank you. Maintenance update, next.
Mr. Perkins, as you make your way to the podium, I would just say that when you walked in tonight, you couldn't be at the last regular board meeting. But as you walked in tonight, I heard a board member who shall remain nameless say, "The first string is back."
Welcome, Mr. Perkins.
Thank y'all. Good evening.
Good
Board Chair, Vice Chair, Board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan. I'll be giving y'all a few maintenance updates. This is Coco Wembley. They had an old unit and we took it out and put a new one in. This is the new unit. This is Parker pipes. They were leaking, insulation was peeling. We had that reroute. This is Baskerville Media Center and the cafeteria. This is the old roof, and this is we're removing the gravel off the roof. We replaced it with a new roof. This is our new roof. And this is North Edgecombe, the start of the temporary classrooms. This is what they look like now. And this is Bullet Cafeteria. We went in and painted this. This is how it looks now. And that was just some of them because we've been busy.
That's not the full story. Truly appreciate everything you do and your staff.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 3, 6.3, Sharita King.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Mr. Vice, Mr. Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Dr. Bryan, and everyone here. I stand before you this evening to discuss an item for information. The Edgecombe County Public Schools has received a generous donation from Trillium Health Resources consisting of 6 laptops and 2 color printers. These items are being donated to support the work at the Family Resource Center and as well as the Teacher Resource Center. The donated technology will enhance access to digital tools for both families and educators. We have decided to put these items in our Family Resource Center and our Teacher Resource Center to help our families to be able to go into the Resource Center. They will use the laptops and printers to support parent engagement activities, provide access to online resources, job readiness, access to students' grades and attendance, and assist families in completing important student-related forms such as enrollment applications that they may need to do on computer. Are there any questions?
Just a comment. Thank Trillium for that, and I sincerely hope that our parents take advantage of that. My wife and I we have grandkids in Maryland, and that's how we kept up with what they were doing through things like that and going online and pulling up. They lied to their parent. They couldn't lie to us because I could see right there. You have to turn the 10. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. So let me say to parents, this really is a plus. It really is something that people need to take advantage of. Because kids can tell you anything. They let you see from the book bags what they want you to see. But if you use this, and it was a gift, we thank you for that. They can pull it up and see what they're doing and not doing. And then we don't have these tears at the end of the year that they didn't know what their kids were doing. So thank you all, whomever.
This was on behalf of me and Mr. Murphy. He actually runs the Family Resource Center, but he's a partner in a whole lot of items
Okay.
that we do. Every event.
There was a table at North Edgecombe at the first game with some stuff that your materials, not stuff, that you all had about out there concerning that. Good stuff, good information. Keep it up.
Yeah, we just committed to continue the engagement with the community. And just on behalf of the Family Resource Center, we appreciate your support, Dr. Bryan, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, and the rest of you prestige board. All the phone calls.
As you can see up on the screen is a picture that we took with Eric Boone, who actually helped us get this donation for Edgecombe County Public Schools, the Resource Center, the Teacher Resource Center. This is me and Mr. Murphy accepting the donation.
It's also has some goodies for y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all that.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair, that is me also.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I stand again to bring you information about a 5th and 6th grade attendance at the New Kids Theater performance. The Edgecombe County Public Schools is pleased to share that all 5th and 6th grade students will attend the New Kid, a live theater performance presented by the Children's Theater of Charlotte's Touring Company. The performance is scheduled for November the 20th, 2025, and will be held at the Edgecombe Community College on the Tarboro campus. This play called The New Kid is going to be able to align with the district's focus on social emotional learning, diversity, awareness, and cultural enrichment. The themes include empathy and inclusion, navigating change and cultural differences, as well as building confidence and communication skills. So we are very excited that we're going to be able to have that theater company come down and do this play for all our 5th and 6th grade students in the district.
How many students would that be?
So all of our schools signed, all of our 5th and 6th grade schools signed up except for one.
You don't have a number.
I don't, I apologize.
That's okay. Thank you very much. We're glad they're participating.
I can give it back to you though.
And work on that one that didn't sign up. They don't know what they're missing. Work on that one.
Absolutely, but I was very excited to see so many did sign up. So I'm going to take my win.
Thank you for that kind of information. You know, a lot of people don't really realize that there are a lot of things going on in Edgecombe County, especially if we can get our parents really actively involved. That's where our strength is, and I'm hoping that this is something that will open the doors and let them see how great we are.
You know, one of the things we're looking at is a charter school pushing arts. We have theater, we have opera coming this year. You know, we have a lot of things coming this year. A lot of the arts, and I think we need to do a better job, like you're doing tonight, to let people know the things that we are doing for the community and our children.
Tell our own story.
Yep. Don't let somebody else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Item number 7, committee reports. We do not have any listed, and we will go to our consent items. Dr. Bryan.
On the consent, Madam Chair, you have field trips, fundraisers, Bristol County Schools are back in session. Long list of things. Various schools. Also have a impact grant application, 8.3A from residential middle school. So, field trips, fundraisers, grant approval. Any questions?
Just one comment, Dr. Bryan. It's interesting, all these in-house stores, it can consume some, I don't know, it doesn't say who's going to do it. It doesn't say when it's going to be here. It can, I was a principal for 40 years, it can consume your office staff. I think we need to get some information about when is this going to be here. It can't trump lunch. And it can't bother the people. We're already short-staffed in the office. We can't consume. There are a lot of in-school stores here. Just interesting. It can consume your time. We eat too much. I'm not knocking what these people want to do. They know it better than I do, but it's interesting to see when this is going to be here. Who's going to be in charge of this stuff? Who's going to have a handle on dealing with this money? Not that secretary, because she got enough to do. But just check on that, please. A lot of in-school stores. Everybody want an in-school store.
But these that's listed, I'm amazed. They are listed under D.S. Johnson Elementary School. And it's at least 10 or 12
in-school in-house stores.
Yeah, so that part we do need to check on.
Yeah, it can consume your time. You gotta be teaching, learning.
Oh, yeah. Any other thing that you need to share with us, Dr. Bryan?
No, Madam Chair. Not about consent.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the consent items.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve our consent item as presented. Any other discussion on the motion? All in
Just a
favor?
little check on what we said.
Yeah.
Already written down.
Absolutely.
All right, call the motion. Call the question.
All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carried. Thank you, Dr. Bryant, for those. Now we are at our items for action, 8.B.
Madam Chair,
I'm sorry, 8.3A. And you've already done that. That's what I figured. Okay, 8.B, Ann was asleep. That's why she's talking.
I don't know where I'm at.
She-
I think I was still thinking about those stores. Go back and look at those stores.
That's what
That's
she
where
was
we are.
doing.
I mean, it's a lot of really.
She was at those in
I am still at those. I'm trying.
before I came
I'm a
home.
real good principal. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to do this stuff. But anyway, we move past that. Please excuse me.
Please, we're at item 8.B. Okay, we are ready for items for action. Folks, let's listen sharp. 8.1B. Dr. Bryan.
Recommendation for approval to change the regular school day to a teacher workday on October 7, 2025 for the Board of Elections school voting sites, the D.S. Johnson, J.W. Parker Middle. We did this last year for the first time. We received some very good positive feedback from the Board of Elections and also from our school staff because of safety concerns. General public coming into the school building to vote, and we recommend that again this year. And I will also say, before we, just so we know these are connected, 8.2B does the same thing and adds Martin Millennium Academy as well, November 4 for runoff election dates.
And these are sites that we have used in the past as well. And
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna need these, and we like for students and teachers to be out.
And last year when
These elections.
when we did this, we even had teachers go off site from the school, even though it was a work day. We had them go to a different site, just not in the building.
Praise be. Does anyone have any questions in reference to these items, 8.1B? We need a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the change of the regular school day to a teacher's workday on October 7th for the Board of Education school voting sites at D.S. Johnson and Parker Middle.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve the change of the regular school day to a teacher's workday on October the 7th, 2025 for the Board of Elections school voting site. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. 8.2B.
Madam Chair, same recommendation for November 4 for D.S. Johnson, Martin Millennium Academy, and J.W. Parker.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve to change the regular school day to a teacher workday on November 4th for the Board of Elections school voting sites at D.S. Johnson Elementary, Martin Millennium, and Parker Middle.
Second. It's been moved and properly second that we will approve the change of the regular school day to a teacher workday on November 4th, 2025 for the Board of Elections school voting site at D.S. Johnson, Martin Millennium, and J.W. Park. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Okay, 8.3B.
At the request of several directors, administrators, staff, approve the purchase of IXL Learning for site licenses for grades 6 to 8 math, ELA, science, and social days. Gateway.com for access for grades 5 through 12, and then all access for high school, fall core, high school subject areas, and accompanying professional development services. I'll note that in that agreement, the beginning date is incorrect because it's not been approved by the board and is not started. It's in the amount of $203,360.50 across 3 years, and this would be a prorated cost, some of which would come out of our textbook funding and some would come out of exceptional children funding at the request of the director of exceptional children.
Okay. I have a question in reference to the beginning time. It says August the 28th.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say?
That was incorrect.
Oh, that part. Okay.
That was put into an original quote which we received from the company.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would also recommend that if the board does decide through this, that's in the form that is being used. Is that correct?
And pending final review by the board attorney, I'd like to try to see if they'll use our form contract, given the amount.
If that's what the board decides to do.
Any other discussion in reference to item 8.3B? And this is the amount of that 200,
Across 3 years.
okay, that's the total amount, $203,362 over a 3-year period. Okay, that makes sense. Any questions? If you approve it, somebody needs to make a motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for approval of the purchase of Excel Learning to provide site licenses for grade 6 years subjects math, ELA, science, and social studies, vocabulary.com, full access for grades 5 through 12, all access for high school to all 4 core high school subjects for grades 9 through 12, and professional development services beginning August 28, 2025 and ending August 27, 2028 in the amount of $203,362.50.
If you'd be willing to consider, subject to final review by the board attorney, if you're willing to consider.
Final review from the board attorney.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve 8.3B in the amount of $203,362.50 over a 3-year period. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Thank you.
Madam Chair, may I just say one other thing?
Yes.
I should have said this in my opening comments, but a lot of principals and teachers who used this last year felt like that made a tremendous difference for them in relation to our growth and exceeding growth at several of our schools.
Thank you. 8.4B, Ms. Howard.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, Board of Education, Superintendent, co-workers, community. I come to you with 2 items. The first one of 2 is an item for action for, the students who reside outside of Edgecombe County Public School District that are required to pay tuition to attend. The tuition amount reflects a per capita appropriation of the current expense and the fines and forfeiture revenue from Edgecombe County General Fund and School Capital Ordinance fiscal year 2025-26 received by us, the LEA 330. So the tuition amount is also based on using the NCDPI projected student ADM to get to the number as is the calculation, and the tuition rate for this year is $1,794, rounded to the nearest dollar.
Is that anywhere close to last year?
It's a couple $100 more. I think about $100 more actually. I think last year was about $1,680 or something. Something like that. You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I need to hear a motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the year 2025-2026 tuition rate in the amount of $1,794.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the FY 25-26 tuition rate in the amount of $1,794. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Ms. Howard.
All right, my next request is the approval of the initial budget resolution for fiscal year 25-26. I'm asking the administration to approve as represented state, local, school lunch fund, and special revenue, with also a note that between the next two scheduled board meetings, there will be addendums, including the carryover from fiscal year 24-25. So I'll be back.
Anyone have any questions on those documents that you just, that you've received from Ms. Howard? Need to answer that. Hearing none, do I hear a motion that we approve 8.5B?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the initial budget resolution for fiscal year 2025 to 2026.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the initial budget resolution for FY 25-26. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you, Ms. Howard.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Pierce.
Hello, good evening, Madam Chair, Vice Chair.
Good evening.
Board members, Superintendent. I come before you tonight, I have several things on the list, and I'll end with y'all tonight as well, so I'll try not to hold y'all up too much. The first one is for the approval of purchase of Savas Envision Math curriculum for J.W. Parker Middle School. If you remember from last year, as during the merger, the Savas Envision Math is the curriculum J.W. Parker was already implementing prior to the merger, and they are seeing positive traction with student success with that. And so we approved for a year extension last year. We're asking for the board to approve the sole source approval of that extension this year as well. The district opted not to adopt a math curriculum for middle school. We just renewed our prior year curriculum for another year since we adopted ELA. So we want to ensure that J.W. Parker also has access to continue their curriculum as well. And because the cost is over $10,000, we're required to get your sole source approval for continuity of services.
Any questions to Ms. Pierce? Hearing none, we need a motion for of 8.6B.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the purchase of Savas Envision Math curriculum to provide continuity of instructional services, support, and resources to the teaching and learning process at J.W. Parker Middle School for the 25-26 academic school year as a sole source in the amount of $16,720.01 using state, Roanoke County supplemental funding PRC.
Second. Has been moved and properly second that we will approve the purchase of Savas Vision Math curriculum to provide community and continuity and instructional service support and resources to the teaching and learning process at J.W. Parker Middle School for the school year 25-26 in the amount of $16,720.01. And we will be using the funding from PRC 0031 funds. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Continue.
The next five are related in a sense, but not related because they are different schools. Each of those schools, just a kind of preferences, each of those schools last year as part of their CSI plan and school improvement plan wrote to put some sort of bonus, a retention recruitment bonus as part of their plan for improvement. And so each of these individual items is for the board to approve the payment of those plans based on what the schools had written in their plan for last year. You will see the plans that were attached. Some of the dates may be different. Senior leadership decided to hold and pay that out at the beginning of this year since it was a retention recruitment bonus. So that's why some of the dates may be different, but we're requesting the payout for the September 30th paycheck. So the first one is the request for D.S. Johnson Elementary School. They requested the use of funds to provide funding for recruitment and retention bonuses for instructional staff. As a result of the merger, D.S. Johnson had many vacancies that they worked hard to fill with highly effective teachers. And based on research that they did with targeted bonuses, they selected this as a strategy to retain their quality teachers and increase student achievement as a goal to help them exit CSI status. So our recommendation is the board approves the payment of those bonuses for the September 30th paycheck.
And so I had a question. So that's why 24, because it did start at 24.
Yes, so it was for the 24-25 school year. Yeah. So we would pay that now since it would be for the teachers that return.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the good standing is that they did stay the entire time.
Yes, they stayed the entire time and they had good standing in regards to evaluations and proficiency and meeting evaluation efforts by the school as well. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments? If not, I need the motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of the payment of the Comprehensive Support and Improvement, CSI, recruitment retention bonus for eligible staff at D.S. Johnson Elementary School, using funds provided by ESEA Title I, Part A, School Improvement Fund, CSI, PRC 105.
Second.
Has been moved and properly seconded that we will approve the approval of the payment and comprehensive support and improvement CSI recruitment retention bonuses for eligible staff at D.S. Johnson Elementary School using funds from CSI PRC 10-5 funding. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you. And continue.
So the next request is for payment of retention and recruitment bonuses for Fairview Elementary School using CSI funds. As part of their plan, they were seeking to fund for recruitment and retention bonuses for staff prior to 24-25. Fairview had met or exceeded growth as measured by their in-class data, and the retention bonus was selected as a strategy to support them in maintaining staff stability during the merger last year and to maintain fidelity of improvement strategy implementation in prior years. So our recommendation is for the board to approve the payment of that recruitment retention bonus in September paycheck.
Any questions? Anyone? Yes.
Madam Chair, I have a question for Mr. Hill. I see on the list of names that's attached that there are duplicates from this school, which is Fairview, and they also listed D.S. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am. They are prorated amounts, so they're only getting a certain amount from Fairview and a certain amount from D.S. Johnson because they may spend 20% of their time at Fairview and 20% of their time at D.S. Johnson. So great question. So they're getting the prorated amount for the base of time that they serve at each of those schools. Yes, ma'am. There will not be any that gets full from both schools. Yes, ma'am.
Any other question?
That was a good.
I need to hear motion for approval of 8.8.
Madam Chair, make a motion to approve the payment of comprehensive support and recruitment retention bonus for eligible staff at Fairview Elementary School using funds provided by ESEA Title I, Part A, School Improvement Funds, PRC 105.
Second. Has been moved and second that we will approve of the payment and comprehensive staff and improvement recruiting retention bonuses for eligible staff at Fairview Elementary School, using the funds from ESEA Title I, Part A, funds from CSI PRC 105. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Continue.
The next one is the request to pay CSI retention recruitment bonuses for Baskerville Elementary School. They worked hard to recruit and fill vacancies in the 24-25 school year as part of the merger, and it was important to maintain the staff that they were investing in professional learning opportunities in. And they also worked hard last year to build that positive culture with high expectations. And so funding for recruitment and retention supplements was a strategy that they select to help decrease turnover and positively impact recruitment efforts, allowing teachers to be able to master the coaching and professional development. So again, our recommendation is that the board approves the payment of the CSI bonus for Baskerville staff as presented in their proposal in the September 30th paycheck.
Ms. Pierce?
Any other questions?
Yes. Just for the record, the other two schools have the list of what the total would be. Do you know what the total is? Just so the board's aware.
I don't have it in front of me right now. As part of their criteria for payment, they will submit the full list for us to review, and we will sign off on that list, ensuring that they meet those requirements. And so on the list, they have to provide the staff member's name, the date of hire, what their position is in the school, and then the recommended bonus. And myself and HR will review that list before it is paid on the 30th.
I just recommend that you provide as a follow-up to the board so you all can see later exactly.
And I can share that list.
Okay. We would like to, need to see the list. Not like to see it. We need to see it. Okay.
We would definitely get that to you.
Okay. All right, any other comment or questions on item 8.9B? Hearing none, I need a motion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve for approval of the payment of comprehensive support and improvement, recruitment, and retention bonus for eligible staff at Baskerville Elementary School using funds provided by ESEA Title I, Part A, School Improvement Fund, pending approval of the staff list.
Second.
Has been moved and second that we will approve the payment of comprehensive support and improvement recruitment retention bonuses for Baskerville Elementary School. And those funds will come from Title I, Part A, CSI PRC 105 funds, pending a list being shown to us.
We'll get that to you by the end of this week.
Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Continue.
Our next request is for J.W. Parker, CSI retention recruitment bonuses. And their plan, their request was to use funds to provide funding for recruitment and retention bonuses for instructional staff. As part of the merger last school year, it was included in a strategy to maintain highly qualified staff and reduce the number of changes as we shifted into merger and as well as through this school year, opening up this school year. So our recommendation is that the board approves the bonus for J.W. Parker Middle School using CSI funds.
Same thing.
Same thing, yep. And the last one as well, we'll have the list for you. It's already a requirement anyway, but we'll go ahead and tell them to go ahead and send it in now before payroll.
All right. Any other comments or questions? Motion for approval.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of the payment of comprehensive support and improvement recruitment retention bonus for eligible staff at J.W. Parker Middle School using funds provided by ESEA Title I, Part A, School Improvement Funds, pending approval of the list.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we will approve the payment of the comprehensive support and improvement recruitment retention bonuses for the staff at J.W. Parker Middle School, with the funds coming from ESEA Title I, Part A, CSI PRC 105, with the list being brought to us. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Continue.
Final school is for Stocks Elementary, approval of retention recruitment bonuses through CSI funds. And their plan, they had requested the use of funds to provide funding for recruitment and retention bonuses for staff to maintain the fidelity of improvement strategies they began to implement last school year. And then in the previous 2 school years, CSI, Stocks was a CSI school, and they had exceeded growth in those previous 2 school years in group proficiency, and maintained those bonuses the previous 2 years as a strategy as well. So the recommendation is that the board approve the payment of staff pending the list submission to the board for CSI bonuses as noted in the proposal in their September 30th paycheck.
Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of the payment of comprehensive support and improvement recruitment retention bonus for eligible staff at Stocks Elementary School using funds provided by ESEA Title I, Part A, School Improvement Funds, pending approval of the list.
Did you second?
Yes, second.
It has been moved and properly second that we approve the payment, comprehensive support and improvement, recruitment and retention bonuses for the staff at Stocks Elementary School using the funds ESEA Title I, Part A funds, CSI PRC 105, with the list being presented to us. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Hearing none. The motion carries. Continue.
2 more. The next request is for the board to approve the services by the Spark Hub as a sole source to provide tutorial services for Southside Academy for private school equitable services. Per ESEA, we are required by law to provide equitable services to Edgecombe County resident students in Title I attendance area schools that attend private schools. And so as part of that equitable service, we have worked with Southside Academy to identify their needs and their goals for students. They currently partner with the Spark Hub, actually for the equitable services through Nash County as well. And so the request for the sole source to use them is to maintain program continuity within their school instead of using a separate tutorial service, being able to use that same tutorial service that has already been created and providing the services within the school. So our recommendation is for the board to provide the sole source approval for that. Since the amount of services is over 10,000, it requires either competitive bidding or sole source approval.
Does anyone have any questions to Ms. Pierce?
So yes, we have a substantial percentage of kids at Southside served by Southside.
I think it's 15 or 20 students, I think. So what happens with equitable services is we identify the number of students that are considered economically disadvantaged. That's through our child nutrition department. And we have to take the total number in our district, and then we take the total number of any schools that want to participate in equitable services. We have two. We have Southside, and then we have Our Lady of Perpetual Help in Rocky Mount that opt in to participate. And we have to take our allotment for the year from the state and divide it by that number. And so let's say that number was $2,000 per student. Then if Southside has 15 students, we have to say 15 times 2,000, which would give them 30,000 of equitable services for this school year that we would have to give them to support the Edgecombe County students, residents, for supplemental support. So that's just a rough of how it's calculated. But it's either like 15 or 20 students at Southside.
It's fair share.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And Nash, they are actually in district in Nash, so they only get Title I for us. For Nash, they get Title I, Title II, Title III, and Title IV equitable services.
Did I understand you to say Our Lady?
Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
I know that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but they are considered a nonprofit private school. So our private school students generate federal funds, and so we by ESEA have to provide those services that the school elects to opt in.
So the total number of students that you're representing is 15?
It's like 15 or 20 at each school. I don't have the exact number right now. Yes,
Oh, okay. So
yes,
you can show that too?
Yes, I can show you, yeah. Well, they have to provide the address, and I check the address with our transportation to ensure that they are Edgecombe County resident. And then they have factors that we use to determine disadvantage. Tier 1 opportunity scholarship is what we use for any student that's a Tier 1 opportunity scholarship is considered for consideration of economically disadvantaged. Yes. This year's about 30,000 that will be given to equitable services.
With the amount that you have listed in this request is 11,000.
That's just for this particular
Yes,
service.
Title I part.
We selected the tutorial services for that specific school.
No more questions. Anybody else have a question? I don't have any.
Madam Chair, I recommend approval of the service provided by the Spark Hub and the sole source to provide tutorial services for Southside Academy for private school equitable services using funds provided by ESEA Title I Part A Basic Grant PRC 050 in the amount of $11,441.58.
I second that.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve the services provided by the Spark Hub as a sole source to provide tutorial services for Southside Academy for private school equitable services using funds from ESEA Title I Part A Basic Grant PRC 050 in the amount of $11,441.28. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Continue.
Final request is for the approval of services provided by Vital Smarts, Crucial Learning as a sole source for services of professional learning. As part of our advanced teaching role and our plan that we submit to the state, we provide professional development to our advanced teachers, or which we call our MCLs in our district, our multi-classroom leaders, NTRTs. And so what we are looking to request is that the board approve the services by Crucial Learning for the Getting Things Done methodology. This methodology is focused on developing skills to improve individual focus and team productivity of staff that are leading teams within schools. And as part of this service, we will receive training for 2 in-district staff to become trainers so that we don't have to send folks other places. So we will become trainers, and then it allows us to purchase 100 licenses. So we will be able to train up to 100 staff in our district before we have to purchase additional license. And that staff would be staff in advanced teaching role positions, as well as administrators in schools leading schools that have advanced teaching roles in. And so they are a highly specialized professional service. They own all of the rights to all of the training materials, and so we're requesting the sole source approval due to the highly specialized professional services.
Any questions on this item? 8.13B.
And this is just for this school year?
We have access to those 100, so the train the trainer will occur within the month, and then we will have access to those 100 licenses until we use them. So we're buying the 100 license for training and all the access material. So we'll be able to use it over multiple times. As we hire new people in those roles, we'll be able, that's part of our plan for professional development.
Okay, so that's what you just stated is in all the things that you just talked about is included in the 29,000?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Turnkey job.
We're trying to get the training in district so that we hire people, we don't have to pay to send people, that we can train them in-house.
Good turnkey.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comment or question? Believe it is her last statement. You better ask what you need to ask right now.
I'm done. I've been on a marathon.
I don't know. Does anybody, for real, anybody else have any questions to Ms. Pierce? Let's hear a motion to approve it.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the services provided by Vital Smarts LLC doing business as Crucial Learning as a sole source for the services for professional learning in the total amount not to exceed $29,679.50 using PRCO 22 Advanced Teaching Role State funds.
Has been moved and properly seconded that. Y'all need to turn your phones off.
I know, it's never even run before.
Has been moved and properly seconded to approve the services provided by Vital Smarts LLC as a Crucial Learning sole source for the service for professional learning in the total amount of $29,679.50 using PRC 022 funds. Oh, and the ATR state funds. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of this motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Okay, next item on the agenda, Mr. Ellis, would you take us into closed session?
Madam Chair, I make a motion under the North Carolina Open Meetings Law, Section 143-318, 11A1, A3, and A6 to go into closed session, to consider personnel matters, to consult with the attorney, to preserve attorney-client privileged information, and to prevent the disclosure of student records rendered confidential under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 1232G, and the disclosure of personnel records rendered confidential under General Statute 115C-319 through 321.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we will go into closed session. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very kindly. We take 5 minutes. careful.
Thank you. Dr. Johnson, you ain't going?
I just got back from Georgia.
Is that thing on?
No, it's on
It's
now.
on now.
It's on, it's not too.
What color?
Just the closest, green, if I need that. It was red. Was that okay, Dr. Brian? If you need to, come by my office. I just felt like we need to let it get on. Thank you. I mean, early. You got it.
I will. I'm gonna get me a doctor.
For y'all later.
All right.
Okay. We're in open and we're told that it's okay for us to continue. Okay, we need to approve our personnel management report.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve our personnel management.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our closed session personnel management. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. Thank you very kindly. Extracurricular activities, which is our fall sports. We need to hear a motion for approval of those.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve our extracurricular activities for fall sports.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we will approve our extracurricular activities, which is our fall sports. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Our closed session minutes, do we have any comments or questions on those as we read them?
Just one tiny little error. The last paragraph you left his last name off. It just says Dr. Andrew. Content correct. Oh, sorry, first page, last paragraph.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other corrections? Now we need to hear a motion to approve our closed session minutes as corrected.
Recommend we approve the closed session minutes as correct.
Second.
Has been moved and properly second that we will approve our closed session minutes as corrected. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Board correspondence. Do we have any? I don't have any. Item 12. Any other item that needs to be brought by a board member or the superintendent? Do we have anything?
Just real quick, Madam Chair. Dr. Brian, at some point, are we going to look at the data from the test scores? I know you said in October we'll see the school improvement team, but, okay, we'll break them down by grades in schools or
They come down as far as you want.
demographics or what, okay. We used to kind of have a stud, like a work group and look over that, a work
Can
session.
we have a work session to do that?
Sure.
And just so maybe Mr. Holland could give us some information so we could really look at where we are.
Absolutely.
Especially since we have new schools that I'm not as familiar with their background as I am some of ours.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Now, we need to hear a motion to adjourn the meeting. You can't do it in unison.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting in unison.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second that we will adjourn this meeting. Any other discussion on the motion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign.